On a channel that endows and induces ultra perception beyond belief, beyond the realm, beyond the veil. Welcome to Grim Nasty TV. All right, so Bipity Bopity Boop. Look at what we got here. The coined perceptive true visual of what they mean by backpack right there in your face. And it's more interesting than that. If you look under what is the proposed nose here at an angle, you will see a mustache immediately anatomically correct right there, falling right over the curve. So amazing. Now let's look at something else. Immediately underneath it, connecting to it, a part of it, is also another one. And then immediately on the floor, connecting to that, a part of it is another that forms, that is breaking off, that hasn't had an opportunity to connect. And then if you look even closer on this edge here, you see two dark spots, and then the nostrils underneath, and then the mouth underneath that. Right here along this curved edge, elongated. Touching each other side by side only suggests one thing, is that they're not actually separate. Almost like a copycat setup of church and state, not separate but equal, and all of this stuff. And you see how everyone is being brought together right now over this one guy in the Come Together song. So, I probably didn't need to say that, but some people probably did need to hear that. Probably never heard of the Come Together song. And as you can see here, as you back up, there's even more, but for the sake of just making this quick and easy for people to just be amazed by it and be astonished, shocked, and easily convinced that there is something going on here, I'm just going to keep it simple. But yeah, it changes the angle. It even, the electrical signature that is riding on the contours of this follow you. And I'm going to show you some examples of that too. It's going to blow your mind. All right, so this looks like a regular edge of a bed. It's a king-size bed. And you can see that there seems to be like a mouth square forming with a circle doodle eye on the right there up at the top, and a nose bridging in the center. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not separate. It's next to each other. It's like a sea of consciousness. Now let's take a look here. What are we looking at here in the edge of the bed? But another conscious signature. Quite amazing. Look at that. It's just literally, the hills have eyes, and so do all inanimate objects that exist within the hills. Take a look. As you go around the corner of it, it just spreads out. It's just like, super conscious. This place is nothing but a bunch of consciousness. And if you can see this stuff, it means you're using your pineal gland. It means you're using both sides of your brain. They don't want you to know that. But if you stare into the sun, you will be engulfed in Holly's Doodles. They tell you that the hills have eyes, and that life's a bee, and that karma's a bee, payback's a bee, and love and faith and harmony. That's all female names. So who is absolute in here? Let's take a look at this one. We're going to see examples of the oneness here, as well as the doodle. And these doodles carousel off. You'll see more than that, probably, if you take a real good look. But for the sake of keeping it simple here. Now, within that, you see that menacing looking brow that's kind of like, you see pupils. See that? The pupils are following me. You see that? Pupils are following me. Absolutely amazing. You see where the hole is, where the cactuses are falling back? That's where his mouth is forming. So it's connected as one whole entity, one whole unit, and it's forming a mouth, undoubtedly, where two should be separate. It's forming a mouth for the whole unit. That's quite astonishing. So, you see the eyes? in that? How they're following me? Are you following me? That's astonishing. That's crazy. But yeah, I talk to these entities every day, and they have hands. If you watch the show Handlandia, they show you that the trees have hands and faces. MGMT video showed you that when the dog is like singing and doing its like weird wizard dance or whatever. So yeah, check this one out. How many can you see there? This is like Jim Henson's puppet show right here. This is like Jim Henson's freak show, creature shop, or whatever you want to call it. I want to show you this one, and this is just gonna blow your mind. All right. See, this one almost has the Ghostbusters little curly Q at the top, the one on the far left. But I'm gonna go back and hang on to your asses. See what I'm saying? The one at the top left, right, looks like Shrek with a little thing on the side, and he's got big teeth, and he's like, yeah. And there's the one next to him that looks like the judge on the Muppet Show with two bare ears. So I'm gonna go back again, just to make it easy for you. See that? It's got a Ninja Turtle type head over here. Could have been one of the reptilians reincarnated somehow into the trees. And then this one's just got some weird face over here that looks kind of like one of those Cool World characters. Let's go back. See what I'm saying? Kind of looks like on the far left over here. Kind of looks like the rock creature off of Never Ending Story almost. See this one? So it's in everything. Make sure you get a good look at that, because I'm going to go back. See what I'm saying? And this one's got an inverted eye on the left. So you could tell that his mom's been throwing him a bone in here, because he's probably been crying his head off. But yeah. It's absolute. Her doodles are absolute in here. And this is that Bipity Bopity Boop stuff that they were showing you on Cinderella, the fairy godmother. Handiwork. So they don't want you to know that this place is conscious, because these entities are telepathic, and when you start communicating with these entities, they start telling you what sucks in here. They start telling you who's lying in here and who's hiding shit. And I'm telling you, that's why they want you to think that you got a disease of the mind. So this is a Picasso version. This is why they came up with the Mason Picasso and Andy Warhol and artists like that. It's because of her doodles. All right, you see how the eyes are on both sides? It's just like that. It's a lot like that Kubert character that it's a lot like the Kubert character that had the eyes that showed up on one side and the stretchy mouth. It's just like the Kubert character that I saw when I was doing the DMT trip. Very interesting. The eyes fall on one side, the whole thing. So yeah. So that's why Picasso's here. Check this out. So this is just a pizza box and a sheet underneath, but nope. All connected. All consciousness laying together, blanketed together, in a big pool, a cesspool, a melting pot, shoulder to shoulder consciousness in here. Looks like regular pizza. Nope. The one at the bottom in the middle has two carouseling off of the left and the right, and so does the one at the top. But the ones that show you the strongest signature are the ones that are facing you. And that's why I've realized is why the signatures are weaker in other areas is because they're literally facing you. And they're sending their energy your direction. So you can see that this one at the bottom has buck teeth. It looks kind of like the one off Gremlins too, the goofy one. But yeah, you get a good look at this, man, and it's this is Cool World, man. This is fucking Cool World. They told you that you have a disease of the mind if you can see this. Nope, you're in cool world, buddy. And the more you see this channel, the more you're gonna see it. So let's take a look at this. Consciousness all together. See, it's all forming one whole. But if you look at it, it's a whole bunch of different pieces of stuff in this room here, and each piece is got conscious signatures forming off of it. You turn it any direction, you see the conscious signatures spiraling. They're all connected. Like you see the screen back there, the projector connecting to the orgone accumulator funnel as a nose and a mouth. It's all one whole connection of consciousness that binds everything together. And the tie that binds is the work of the real God. You understand? Is that that's the one who's doing it, is the female divine feminine. So that's her work, and she's the one that is the tie that binds all the stuff together, and she's the reason why they're attacking DNA and stuff like that, doing DNA harvest and sticking stuff in your nose and stuff like that. That's why. It's because of her, man. And that's what it is. So, and that's why there's so much consciousness everywhere. So you see what I'm saying? And you can see more if you really take a good look. There's more in here that form off of it. It's not even just simply just that. So, and for the finale, everything you can imagine is real. Pablo Picasso. See that? So all these famous artists and all these people, they're just a bunch of masons and stuff. I see so many doodles in these hillsides and mountains, it's not even crazy. I can see a big giant one right in my face right now. But everything you can imagine is real. Pablo Picasso. See that? So that's why they're here. They leave little clues in there so you can kind of try to figure it out. But you got to be able to figure it out for yourself, because they're not going to tell you anything. And the only being here to tell you the truth is the Son. And that's the only one that shows a mask of himself, morals, and dogma. Like, share, and subscribe. The truth, as it'll bust through the roof. And I don't tell any lies from the tooth. This is Grim Nasty TV, over and out. Like, share, and subscribe. When you get awake, stay awake.